Richard Moore, United States Anti-Gang Stalking Association. I want to jump on here and do a video real quick of this drone. So I've been talking about this drone, and so I'll go through that real quick. That's drone one, and then over here, he's gonna be out a little bit further. There you go. And that's number two. Now, here's the conundrum for these two clowns. This is a nightly stalking ritual. In their minds, they believe that what they're doing is perfectly legal, and there's no, it's unprovable. We're not doing anything wrong, and that's something that will be hashed out in a courtroom. Who's right and who's wrong. It will not be sorted out and ignored, and these people continue to obstruct justice. But the good news is, as local law enforcement, EMA, fire department, Union County, Mississippi, have been named in 2 federal actions. The FAA is aware of the federal actions, and I'm now asserting that there is a correlation between the drone activity and of course there's an obvious correlation with the drive-by, the harassing stalkers and so forth. So a little over 5 years of relentless, malicious, criminal crimes, property crimes, physical crimes, and the list goes on and on, committed against me at my residence in Union County, Mississippi, knowing and I've been very clear about this, that the property where these state actors, they're operating under the auspice of the chief law enforcement officer of this county. If it's a joint jurisdictional task force, the chief of that operation will always be the chief law enforcement officer. So if it's a multi-jurisdictional task force, federal, state, local, and they're operating out of a certain county, then that means by default the sheriff is the head. That's how that deal works. It's not rocket science. So by participating in something that's organized like that, by default, you are a state actor, and therefore will be brought in on the same deal. So the property that surrounds my property, I have long been in possession of who owns that property. I have been documenting people living on that property, committing crimes, as well as the owners of the property participating in the crimes, and aiding and abetting and allowing to organize and operate from that property. That's the drive-by perverts do their thing. So as they organize, and their safe houses, I've got them coming in and out of this trailer right across from me. I got the facts. I've got them coming on this property here. Belongs to the panels. Now, they'll have to get with their attorneys and take it from there. But you can believe one thing: they will be having to get with their attorneys, because they are next up. They're what is it. And so that's a promise and a vow I made several years ago when these people started committing crimes against me. And they've been defied, working hand in hand with the defendants already named in a federal lawsuit. I don't think the judge is going to think it's cute. I don't think they're going to find it amusing. I don't think the Department of Justice is going to find it cute or amusing. I think that that the point of egregious and willful and reckless and malicious refusal to cooperate in this federal action, and to their willingness to violate and step across that line and continue that behavior as if we just double down and pretend like it's not happening, well, it'll go away. We'll have him destroyed before he'll ever get any footing. Well, anyway, so as the locals here are fully aware, if they're not, they will be now, as a victim of organized harassment and stalking by criminals under the guise of community policing. What they do and what they say they do are two different things. When it violates civil and constitutional rights, now you can say all that, well, he just thinks his constitutional rights have been violated. If a person believes their constitutional rights have been violated, and the person that violated them believes that they didn't, there's a place called a federal courtroom, and that's what they go there for, and that's where it's decided. And I can guarantee you that my facts and my documentation will simply have to be laid on the table. I don't have to open my mouth. I don't have to open my mouth. And so, and from that point, every possible, imaginable avenue that can be taken is in the process of being taken. I'm already posturing, already have the wheels turning on complaints with the Department of Justice of misuse of federal grant money. How are they misusing it? Well, the people's misusing it, such as Alpine Pervert Stalking Caravan. How are they misusing it? When they make an entry and they write down an accounting for what they're using for that money as it pertains to the victim, me, that is fraud. Each entry is a count of fraud. So if you made 50 entries, that's 50 counts. Now, you can ask any attorney to verify what I just told you. Now, can I get that looked at? You betcha. Not only can I, that's happening. Also, the IRS is absolutely the bill collector for Satan himself. And I'm quite sure they're not warming up to the fact that it's okay for 501(c)(3)s to be running a criminal organization. Well, we're a community, but 501(c)(3), you're not telling the IRS that you're out, that what you're doing, you're denying people's civil and constitutional rights, and you're violating them. You're not putting that down there. Yeah, stupidity is no excuse for breaking the law. Ignorance is no excuse for breaking the law. I assume these people are grown. I don't assume how much of IQ they have, but I assume they're grown. If these people in community policing, their COPS program, Citizen Corps, think that the IRS is not being made aware of this, the Department of Justice, of misuse of grant money, and the other agencies, because the whole world's not down with this deal like they would love for everybody to believe. Sure, there's a lot of people involved in this holistic form of community policing nightmare, but at the end of the day, friends, any ordinance, mandate, law passed in this country or used in this country, and it conflicts with the United States Constitution, which one do you think wins at the end of the court session? That speaks for itself. That Constitution has stood this long, and my friends, it's going to continue to stand, and you're not going to have a bunch of whispering, lying, gaslighting, criminal, two-faced, fake Christian, Masonic perverts, being able to shred the Constitution and to shred civil liberties under the guise that you're trying to make the community a safer place. If you want to make America a better place, then leave. That's the first thing you do. And I think that our main rallying call should be, how about let's make being a pervert, peeping Tom, a bad thing again. Used to, when people were peeping Toms and perverts and creeping around and following people, that you couldn't be anything worse. We need to take that back to being a bad thing again, instead of it being a status symbol. And maybe you might get to drive a new Kia or Hyundai. But I'm telling you, you think, well, there's too many of us. Mob mentality does not rule this country. Mob mentality rule this country. And if you think that one American citizen here and one American citizen over there standing up for their rights won't and can't make a difference, you better hold your horses, honey, because you got this thing messed up. Watch and see what 1 or 2 or 3 Americans do when they stand up and they stand on the Constitution of the United States of America against this BS program that they want to keep a secret and gaslight and pretend. And that guy right there, he better put that truck in somebody else's name. That's all I can tell you. For the panels out here, you've already been, I know, you've called me selling wolf tickets far too long. I got photographic and video evidence of the crime during the process and staging up on their property. There's no way you're going to get that toothpaste back in the tube. Even without that, you can't get it back in the tube. But this just puts the icing on the cake. So, make no mistake about it. That is coming, and it's coming in short order. Mark my word. I will be keeping everybody informed about this latest, next federal action that's coming up. And this directly addresses what we're witnessing out here as I video. This is the reason I came out here. This addresses this right here. Okay? So most of these people haven't got a pot to piss in or when to throw it out of. And the ones that think they do might want to reevaluate that. Not only have you shown yourself to be a loser, it's going to be official. Nothing you're doing will hold up in a courtroom. Nothing. And I bet you the ranch, I can get you in there. And you're going to have to pay a lot of money to attempt to gaslight me and to gaslight the rest of the world and care like, well, I'm just a crazy guy and all that. I don't know anybody in this community. I don't know anybody, but for some reason they don't like me. Why? Well, he flipped me off, whatever. Well, you might want to holler at your homeboys and homegirls and your other morons that might put you in the cross if you didn't have anything to do with it. But I believe if the tables were turned, how would you feel about it? Exactly. It's not your place. Whatever your opinion may be, whatever you've been told, it's not your place to have any dog in that hunt. Whatever you call yourself doing, you know that it has caused irreparable harm to not only myself, but my family. No amount of money will ever be able to undo and correct what these monsters, what these pathetic excuses of human beings have done. Nothing will be able to do it. But I will tell you this, so many have no voice. So many have been dismissed. They don't know where to go, don't know what to do. And my advice to you is turn to God. He's got the answers. He's got all of them. And I can tell you, folks, you don't have to understand everything that's going on. This deal was built on a platform of confusion, lies, and deception. That's a faulty building design. And when it's a faulty building design, it cannot and it will not stand. Until next time, God bless you.